All right, I want to rock. Well, maybe. I just want to talk about rock. And after selling over 20 million records, collecting 37 gold and platinum albums, and headlining many of the world's largest music festivals in 38 countries, who better to talk to than one of the founding members of Twisted Sister, JJ French. JJ, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm on the West Coast and I'm awake, and I stayed enough days over here to get over my jet lag, so I'm okay. Thank you, because I'm a New York guy and I'm enjoying the LA weather right now.
Well, so I was going to ask you because D lives in Vegas. I think he lived in Vegas at least last time he was in studio. So
yeah, he did. He has moved. He has various locations. He's in the witness protection program.
Well,
it's hard for him. Hard for D to hide with a face like that.
After the videos you made, you should be in the witness protection program too. That was, seriously, you guys had some really fun songs that got us, like coming of age group, got us through. And of course, I love the fact that the guy, Niedermeyer from Animal House was in it.
Yeah, it's great. The weird thing is that, we were dragged up in front of Congress and accused of being the worst thing that America ever produced. We were destroying the moral fabric of American youth. And then, 40 years later, we're doing a USO tour, and I've got 5-star generals fighting over photo ops with us. So you live long enough, you see some crazy stuff. That
is so funny. I love it. Well, it's just that's just the way life is. We all grow older, and we have different people looking at us in a different way. Now, you have the podcast and you've already interviewed some really cool people. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I got a podcast because I know a lot of great people, but I also am a good conversationalist. According to my daughter, she said, if you can make money talking, you'll be the richest person on the planet Earth.
Right.
But the fact is that I know tons of musicians and authors and directors and TV show creators and wrestlers. So I've had a lot of great guests. I've had Rob Halford, I've had Dee Snider, I've had guitar players like Nuno Bettencourt, I've had Steve Vai, I've had producers like Frank Marshall, who just did the Bee Gees documentary.
Right.
I've had famous authors, and I'm going to be interviewing Joe Bonamassa this week, for example. So I get a chance to indulge my love for music and literature, books, movies, TVs, and hopefully, share it with a lot of people.
Yeah, Rob Halford comes to mind just because obviously Judas Priest, great rock group. They've been around forever. But I love the fact he also plays fantasy football, and I'm into fantasy football. And I always love when you hear that your podcast probably finds out different things that these musicians like to do that you never would think of.
Well, that is the case. You get a chance for them to kind of open up, and you have to make them feel comfortable in the beginning, like everybody. And you make them feel comfortable, and then they kind of tell you the stuff that you didn't expect. Well, look, Twisted Sister is what most people don't expect. Well, the thing about Rob Halford, to make it really quick, it's interesting, is Rob's book is about him coming out, and it's an important book for him because he's a heavy metal icon. So to come out as gay, creates an issue that he had been wrestling with for many, many years. And he was concerned that his fans would somehow turn against him.
Right.
That was his fear. And in Twisted Sister's world, we were completely straight, meaning like drugs and everything. We didn't drink, we didn't do drugs, and we were in fear that fans would find out how straight we were and abandon us. So it's funny how it goes. It works both ways. And I have a book coming out in September, as a matter of fact, and it talks about the history of the band and tells really the real story behind the band.
Well, I love it. The JJ French Connection. We got the information on our screen. Keep up the good work, and when things get back to normal, you're already on the West Coast. You can stop by Vegas.
Thank you. It's Spotify, Apple, and Podcast One. The JJ French Connection, JayJayFrench. Thank you so much for your support.
All right, JJ. See you later.